I have been talking about weekly dividend ETFs since they first existed. So now we're going to break out a new one that just launched from RecShares, ticker GIF. GIF, GIF, whichever you want to call it. This is their fund of funds for their growth and income ETFs. Now I'm going to break down how this fund works, what it's going to hold, and then we're going to look at the performance of the underlyings to try and get a little bit of an idea of how this fund will move within the market. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Don't forget, if you're interested in monthly and weekly dividends, to like the video and to subscribe so you never miss updates on what's going on in the market. I feel like at this point, most people know what a fund of fund is. So this is one singular ETF that holds all of their growth and income ETFs. It's of course going to be weekly, and it has a gross expense ratio of 1.23%, which we see right here. It's a little bit high, but that's just how it goes with these funds of funds. They typically will have a higher expense ratio because you have to group all the other funds together into simply one ETF. So they have a lot of reasons for why GIF could be an ETF for you. Rather than selecting the individual growth and income ETFs that RecShares has, which we will cover in just a moment, you get weekly distributions combined by all of them. So it's going to pay weekly, funded by the options premiums generated across the covered call strategies from all 9 of the underlying ETFs. And what's really interesting with GIF is that you actually get that multi-sector exposure. A lot of these weekly paying dividend ETFs now are all on the same underlying stocks, but Rex has been doing a really good job of diversifying. We have one on Eli Lilly & Co. We have one on Walmart. We have one on CoreWeave, and so on, plus some of your more traditional ones on Nvidia, Tesla, and MSTR. Now, one thing that I think is phenomenal with how these funds are structured is the fact that you're not simply capped on growth 100%. You're not going to perform the exact same as the underlying, of course, but because they combine growth and income, you have a lot more income potential than something that's riding options on 100% of the underlying asset. So because the underlying funds are targeting 1 to 1.5x equity exposure while riding calls on the other half of the portfolio, you can have some really good upside participation. Again, also, they do a lot of the work for you, because the thing with these ETFs is the 9 underlyings are all single stock, right? MSTR, Nvidia, Eli Lilly & Co., Coinbase. But when you have GIF, you're simply holding almost like an ETF of ETFs. You are holding a more diversified portfolio across multiple different sectors. And what that means is when everything is booming, you could have some good upside. But if one of these simple underlyings tank, you're not going to be left bag holding like what we've seen with, let's say, Coinbase, since it's fallen from its highs. The auto expanding portfolio is also really interesting here because they are going to be adding more, and they are going to continue launching ETFs in this series. So I really like that because I really do like this series. I like how the growth and income are balanced, and I like the performance that we've seen. I did a full video on NVII, which for a long time was outperforming Nvidia. Last time I checked, it was still outperforming Nvidia. And if you're an income investor like me, you know it's pretty rare for an income asset to outperform the underlying. So I thought that was really, really impressive. And then on top of that, the reason some of these fees can be a little bit high is because they are generating income with covered calls. There's work that goes into the covered calls. There's costs that go into the leverage. So I definitely do understand it. Of course, we all wish things could be cheaper. It's just not how it works when it comes to generating income and creating these ETFs. One key element when it comes to GIF is how this fund is going to rebalance, because it's going to rebalance monthly. And I think a lot of investors misunderstand the importance of rebalancing. So let's say the portfolio is doing well, GIF is up, but one fund, let's say MSTR, has doubled in price. The underlying has absolutely rocketed and MSII is booming. Well, one thing you don't want is to simply have a group of funds, a fund of funds that is floored by one underlying consistently. Like, it's great, of course, for MSII if it goes up, if it doubles in price, but you need to reallocate that, because now within GIF, if you didn't rebalance it, it would be a much larger position, meaning if MSTR is more volatile, if it goes up, if it goes down, you are going to see a lot more of that reflected in the price of GIF. It's not balanced. And that is what's key. When you rebalance these, you're going to have that equal exposure, and they do it for you, which is why we pay that fee when it comes to an ETF, because the rebalancing is a big portion and it's not easy to do by any means. So all this is kind of similar information. It's really interesting how these funds work. So let's take a look at the 9 underlying funds that are going to be in GIF. It is very important that if you are investing in any of these funds, you have faith in the underlying. So if you want to buy COII, you have to have a lot of faith in Coinbase. If you want to pick and choose, that is up to you, or you can simply hold the fund of funds, GIF, and have some exposure to all of them. So we have the original four, which is Coin, MSTR, Nvidia, and Tesla. And the newest five are Hood, Palantir, CoreWeave, Eli Lilly and Co., and Walmart, which I think is very, very interesting. They did some mixing up. They didn't just copy what a lot of these other ETF issuers are putting out. They did Walmart, which has been doing really, really well. I have a video on that one for those that are interested. Now, in case I didn't break it down well before, here's a quick overview. You're going to have half the portfolio seeking to generate that weekly income with a covered call strategy. The other half is uncovered, meaning whatever the underlying performance is for that stock, it will follow it. But there's a caveat to that because they use leverage. They leave it fully exposed, but they can decide to incorporate 1.05 or 1.5 leverage. Meaning, if they believe the stock's going to go up, they would employ more leverage. If they believe we're in a pullback and we're going to continue to see a pullback, they would lessen the leverage, thus saving us in a downturn. And so that's what I think is really interesting. Well, I'm curious to see how GIF performs in the long run. So what we're going to do now, we're going to see the performance of these four originals, and we'll talk about the next five that are newer and how their underlyings have been performing as well. I want to quickly thank RecShares for sponsoring this video and an entire series of videos on the channel. So you guys will be seeing many more just like this on their income, on their growth, and on their hybrid ETF. So again, thank you. Huge shout out to RecShares. So what we're seeing now, COII and MSII have definitely been beaten up. And what's interesting with the launch of GIF is you may even be able to get into some positions while they are beaten up. COII is down 41%, MSII is down 56.88%. But it's important to remember that the performance of these depends a lot on how the underlying has been performing. So you are not going to see NVII going up if Nvidia is dropping. Now, in the meantime, TSII, Tesla, is up 24.15%, the Tesla ETF, I should say, and NVII is up 52.58%. What I do like about GIF is that you're able to not only hold all of these, but it helps mediate some of these dips. You can buy in at different times when you believe the underlyings are undervalued and vice versa. And it, again, is going to rebalance that for you. So these four are very important, but we have five more that we need to look at. Now, these funds haven't been trading for very long, but I want to look at the underlying stocks that are within these ETFs and let's see how their performance compares. Remember that these are all very different sectors as well. So Robinhood is up 107.5%. Palantir is up pretty nicely, over 60%. CoreWeave is up 193.5%. Eli Lilly and Co. is up a hefty 13%, and Walmart is up 50.71%. Walmart has been doing so well. And so these are not the specific income and growth funds. These are their underlyings because the other ones haven't been trading for nearly as long. But I wanted to showcase the reason Rex is targeting these funds is partially because investors want them. There's a lot of popularity, and then they're also branching out with Eli Lilly and Co. and Walmart to give you some diversification. For me personally, I'm a big fan of Robinhood, and I believe long-term that it will do well. So I'm curious to see how HOII does. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video breakdown. Don't forget, if you're interested in weekly dividends, in monthly dividends, to like the video and to subscribe. And again, I want to thank RecShares for sponsoring this video.